Hi there! On one of my recent trips to the Dollar Tree, I picked up a few items like that painting set and a couple of the canvas boards, and I got this beautiful napkin from Vippy's Design. So in this video, we're going to use the easel, the napkin, and that canvas board to create a beautiful Americana piece that you'll be proud to make and put out for the 4th of July and other patriotic holidays. If you love these kinds of projects, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Decoupage D.I.Y. with Joan-Marie Domino. Share with your friends. Give me a thumbs up. Let's get going. If you watch my Dollar Tree hauls, and I really hope you join me with those, they're so much fun. You might remember me getting these painting sets, and each set comes with 4 different items. I'm not going to need the canvas panel, the paint, or the brush, so I'm just going to put them all off to the side. I'm only going to need to use the easel. I am also going to need a canvas panel. This is 5x7. I also got this at the Dollar Tree, and you know what? There's 2 in a pack, which means, you know what? I've got another one for another project. All right, now let's take a look at the napkin I'm going to be using. This came from Vippy's Designs, www.vippys.com. Has a really nice watering can on it. Oh, there's a sneak peek. That's what we're going to do. But you have to wait for the end, really, to see how you make it, right? You're going to stick around. Okay, so there's the napkin I used. All 4 panels are printed. I have 2 panels left. That's what's so great about getting a napkin when all 4 panels are printed, because you really have like 4 projects. So I'm just going to cut away one more panel, put the other one off to the side. I'm going to lay it out a little bit. It's going to fit perfect. Now I'm going to remove that top printed ply, because that's what we need for decoupage. Just the top ply, a little glue on my fingers, press up there in the corner, and there it comes right off. That's going to fit perfect on top of the canvas panel. All right, next up, I don't have to paint this, yay, because it's already white. So I'm just going to take the Mod Podge, and I'm going to give a really good coating all across the top, making sure I get up to the edges. Want to make sure the whole canvas is completely covered. Now we're going to place down the napkin, smooth it with my fingers. I'm going to put a piece of plastic bag on top and give it a good rub. The bag's going to protect the wet napkin. I'm going to get all the wrinkles out. Okay, now let's take a look. I'm going to hold it up, and you can see how nice it is, nice and flat. Now we got to let that edge dry. I'm using 2 napkins for this particular project. I love this napkin with the stripes, and when you open it up, all those embroidered stars, nothing is cut off. All right, but we're only going to be using the striped on this particular napkin. All right, so I want to cut it off, the striped edge, but because of the way these stars go all the way across, I'm going to be kind of careful not to cut into any of the stars so I can use it for another project. And I'll put that off to side. And again, we're going to remove the top printed ply, a little glue on our fingers. There we go. Now I'm going to remove the striped edge. I'm going to be doing that with my water pen. I'm just going to go all the way around the edge with the water and pull it apart, because now I have kind of a deckled finish, not a smooth finish if I cut it, but a nice deckled edge. Okay, so we're going to put one on the top and one on the bottom. I'm going to take some Mod Podge. I put Mod Podge into the little containers because I buy big ones. But you can buy those little containers at the Dollar Tree, especially if you're just starting. That's a good place to begin, by getting a small bottle. All right, I'm going to brush it along the bottom. I'm going to take the piece of napkin, and you're going to be able to see the deckled edge. That's the part that's going on top of the water can napkin, and you don't have to worry about it. The other napkin is dry, so it's going to stay on there. So always, if you're going to want to layer napkins, just make sure the napkin below is dry. Okay, we're going to do the top now the same way, and I'm going to smooth it with my fingers just so it's nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and go with a little bit of Mod Podge in my brush right on top. Alrighty, let's take a look. I love that. I think that napkin, those 2 napkins really complement each other. Okay, once that edge dries, we want to remove it, and how we do that is with an ordinary nail file. That's what I have here. It does a really good job. All you have to do is a downward stroke, and the napkin, it just comes right off. Much cleaner and easier than if you were going to use a scissor. I love using my nail file on the edges. Alrighty, now that it's all cleaned up, the edges, let's see what I came up with to finish it off. Okay, there it is. I used some jute rope on the top and the bottom. I did a little bow, and I added some of these little beads in all of the corners. Let's go to my studio now. Wasn't that a fun decoupage project? All we used was a few items we got from the Dollar Tree, the painting set, and a canvas board. That's 2 in a pack, so I still have one more to do another project with. If you like these kinds of step-by-step decor pieces using beautiful napkins from Vippy's Designs, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Decoupage D.I.Y with Joan-Marie Domino.